there is one person who deserves this slot. The actual backpack of these movies. And without them, they're going to die a bunch of times over. From the first movie to the last movie. Hashtag clutch. If you haven't guessed by now, our last member of our Mount Rushmore greatest of all time is... Hello there. Happy effing Star Wars Day, which technically is May the 4th, I think, but it is May the 25th, 2022. It's been 45 years since the release of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, the thing that kicked it off way back in 1977. And today we're going to rank the Star Wars characters. So we have 7 categories from bottom to top with don't know / no opinion for those characters you forget over the years. Trash, C, B, A, and S. Once we're finished putting everybody in these categories, we'll then take 4 people and then put them in the Mr. GOAT category. And Mr. GOAT simply stands for the Mount Rushmore greatest of all time. Since the Mount Rushmore, we can only have 4. And then obviously these are the GOATs. These are the GOATs of Star Wars. So this should go back quicker than usual. And we're going to kick things off. We have a bunch of strong people here at the top of this. If you want to do one of these yourself, I have a link in the description box. You guys are more than welcome to do so with me. And yeah, man, let's kick it off. Look, we got Anakin Skywalker. I mean, come on, off top, S tier. Obi-Wan Kenobi. General. We got him right there. Look, man, we got Qui-Gon Jinn, S tier. I'm not going to waste time. We have Natalie Portman. Right here, Padme. A part of me wants to just start and put Padme in an A tier, but Padme had such a big influence over Anakin, and they did a really good job of showing their connection, even though she was kind of flirting with a toddler in the first movie. But besides that, I'm going to give her an S tier. Argue with your mother. R2-D2 literally backpacked majority of the damn saga. Is this the original 3PO? Is it what this is supposed to be? There's 3PO. I don't know if this is the original C-3PO from the first movie or a different droid. I'm going to give a C for C-3PO. Yoda, insta-lock at an S tier. We don't have time to talk about how great Yoda is. And then that brings us to fucking Jar Jar Binks. Listen, you're one of 2 people when it comes to Jar Jar Binks. Either you hate his guts and you think he ruined the prequels, or you were a kid that grew up with Jar Jar Binks. You understand that his humor is meant for kids. Kids, during the time that these movies were coming out, loved Jar Jar Binks. Qui-Gon Jinn grabbing his tongue to shut him up, or him getting zapped on the pod racer, is funny. Some of the fart jokes, not so much, but knowing how hard the actor worked on the character. And there's also the huge fan theories about him being a damn Sith Lord, which I think is pretty cool. Is he an S tier? No. But just to shut up the babies in the Star Wars community, I'm going to put Jar Jar in a B. How about that? It's my list. I can do what I want. Chancellor Palpatine, S tier. Mace Windu, greatest Jedi ever, S tier. Like I was saying a second ago, General Kenobi. General Grievous is, for me personally, probably one of the coolest and one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever. In the movies, he's not giving enough. They don't give him enough love, in my opinion. I feel like he should have been a bigger villain. It would have been cool to see him do some other stuff in the live action universe. I know he has some other roles within the, in like the Clone Wars, the animated series that I haven't watched. Don't yell at me. I have 2 Star Wars pops. Wow. Okay. So I have 2 Star Wars pops that I own. One I bought myself. The other was gifted. The one that I bought was General Grievous. I'm going to give him an A tier. I want to put him in an S tier, but he wasn't that important really in the live action thing. The other pop was gifted to me was Darth Maul, which is one of the coolest villains ever in the history of Star Wars. Our kind of main baddie in the very first movie. Seeing that double-sided lightsaber, Duel of the Fates. The fight between Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, killing Qui-Gon, getting cut in half, and then obviously he goes on to have a much bigger role in the animated stuff. His cameo in Solo. I look at him. He's a badass. Okay, this isn't the character I thought it was. This is actually the guy, I think that Obi-Wan went to the diner to hang out with. That guy was cool. I'll give him a C tier. Count Dooku, S tier. Insta-lock. Next up, we have Kit Fisto and Plo Koon. Man, I really like both of these characters, but just from the movies, they're not in them that much. You know what? I'm gonna be a dick. I'm gonna give Kit up here, and I'm gonna give Plo Koon a B, simply because I liked his green and his tentacle stuff. The little blue girl, doesn't she get shot down or something? Not that important. My guy with the big forehead, shout out. His name's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. I give him a C tier. He didn't do much. These characters, yeah, I hated those people. Jango Fett. Ooh, where do we put Jango Fett? I think Jango gets a strong A. Here's young Boba Fett. I mean, young Boba Fett didn't do nothing. I'll give him a B for Boba. Oh, is Anakin's mama. She didn't do nothing but die, so I guess we'll put her there. I have no idea who this is. I'll stick with these guys with not really having an opinion on them because I don't. They were just in Padme's guard. Even though this guy right here, sorry, he did a little more in the movies. I feel like this was the big Wookiee on Kashyyyk that Yoda went to talk to. He didn't do much, but he looked cool, so I'll give him a C. The fucking, the big New Yorker, the big slime ball right here that Qui-Gon couldn't Jedi mind trick. He's the one that sold Anakin's mom in the fucking first place. I give him a B for baddie. The dude from Bad. This guy right here, I'm gonna give him a B for. I think he deserves that. The fake Padme for betrayal. Yeah, I don't think that is Queen Amidala. That looks like the clone. I love that scene. And if you play the Lego games, everybody's like, I'm Padme. I'm Queen Amidala. Everybody tries to take her place. So Boba, I give him A just for being such a big asshole, and I love the way that his pod sounded. This guy was like the original Chancellor. He didn't really do much. Give him a C. I can't think of his real life acting name. Dude's phenomenal. Is this the old lady from Insidious? Luke Skywalker. I mean, it's Luke's story. Instalock S tier. Princess Leia. General Organa. Instalock S tier. Han Solo. Oh, bro, we got some Instalocks right here. Yup, Darth Vader. Do I give 3PO an S? C-3PO is one of the more like annoying characters the more you see him, but I also love him because he's so random. He's like, I am C-3PO. Cyborg relations. I give him an S. Old Ben Kenobi. Palpatine, Darth Sidious. It's a trap. This guy gets a B just for being so iconic. Okay, look. Jake something. I can't remember his last name. This little kid got bullied for no reason. If you're one of those people that was giving this kid shit when The Phantom Menace came out, I was a child. If you were somebody giving this kid shit because he did a bad job or whatever you sick opinion you have of this poor little dude, basically bullied him out of acting. He did nothing wrong. He played a perfect little Annie. He was a perfect young Anakin. And just to spit in your face, I'm giving him an S because I love him. This guy was a pilot. This was Luke's best friend. He's a pilot plus. Oh, this dude from Rogue One was sick. I liked him a lot. He doesn't do enough to grant an A tier. BB-8 Instalock S tier. I think young Anakin and BB-8 would be best friends. Woody Harrelson. I just hate that movie. This is Aunt Beru, right? Aunt Beru? I give her an A for Aunt. Bib Fortuna gets a B for Bib Fortuna. Boba Fett's an Instalock S tier simply because Boba Fett is just a little bit cooler than Jango Fett, and at the end of the day, he still has his head attached to his body. This dude right here from Rogue One was really cool. I really liked his character. He reminds me a little bit of Jasper from The 100. Yeah, I'm putting him right there. These peeps, little dinosaur buddies, not that important, but still kind of cool. Chewie! Chewie's an Instalock S tier. We got my man Donnie Yen. His character was cool, man. The blind guy in tune with the Force. I'm one with the Force and the Force is with me. I mean, come on, dude. Perfect. Finn had so much potential, and I stand by the fact that a stormtrooper turned Jedi would have been one of the greatest stories. They planted all the seeds in 7, and it all gets thrown away in the next movie. And at the end, in the middle part of 9, he's like, Ray, I have something to tell you. And then apparently he's Force sensitive, and it's never expanded upon. Literally shit on the character. I can't give him an S because all he did for the latter half of 2 movies was just yell, Ray! Over and over. So he gets an A for Ray, if that makes any sense. Mad's character from Rogue One was really cool. He wasn't in it enough, but the little bit I saw was phenomenal. Fucking this motherfucking son of a... You know what? You stand right here, Greedo. I'm gonna give you a C. I want to give you a B for bitch, but I'm gonna give you a C. Now, it's not this guy's fault. I didn't like him as Han Solo. I don't think he's trash like most of the internet does. I do think the movie Solo is hot garbage. I give him a C for close to being trash. Old man Han Solo. I mean, you're still Han Solo. The fucking Haldo, was that her? The only good part of episode 8 was that fucking ship flying through the other ship, and that moment of cinematography and that sound and that brief moment of silence. Chef's kiss all around. Give her a C. General Hux should have been much cooler too, man. They had plots for him in episode 9 to be like a lightsaber collector. Like, he's not killing, he just has these lightsabers, and he was going to kill himself with Mace Windu's lightsaber. And then all he does in episode 9 is he's just like, I'm the spy. Like a Jabba the Hutt. S tier. Iconic. Bail Organa. He's the one that took in Leia. He doesn't do much, though. I'll give him an A. Girl from Rogue One. Rogue One was so good. I'm going to give her an A. I wish we would have got more of her. The robot from Rogue One. Fuck y'all, man. I'm giving the robot. I love him so much. I love him so much. This guy from Rogue One as well was a really good villain for the role that he played. Kylo Ren is an insta-lock S tier. This droid right here will also get a C. I don't know that. I don't know who that is. Don't know. Don't have an opinion. Donald Glover as young Lando Calrissian is one of the best casting choices of all time. Insta-lock S tier. Old Leia. Don't have no idea who that guy is. I think he was like one of the scouter dudes. Luke. Old Luke. Beautiful. Maz. I'll give Maz a B. She should have been a lot cooler, but I liked her character a lot. Num Num. I forgot to say his name. The fucking girl that's dancing for Jabba the Hutt, that also gets thrown down with a Rancor. I got nothing. Uncle Owen was kind of a piece of shit, but he also ended up with Aunt Beru as a burnt hot dog, so I'll give him an A, just for raising Luke. You guys can stand next to each other, even in death. Captain Phasma should have been much cooler. I want to give Captain Phasma an A just for her looks, but I'm going to give her a B for a bussy. We got Poe Dameron, insta-lock S tier for me. Emilia Clarke's character in Solo. I mean, who fucking cares? We got this dude right here. The big, I don't have an opinion. They actually put a fucking Rancor on this list. Rancor, I'll give an A. It's one of the cooler creatures. Rey. Oh no. Okay. Take a second. Part of me really wants to put Rey in an A next to Finn, but I do know that she is more deserving. I loved her character in episode 7. Character in episode 8 started to be really good, but it got kind of wonky, and episode 9 was just like, they don't know what to do with her. I'm a Skywalker. Like, fucking are you? You're the whole Palpatine. I mean, it irks me. I'll give her an S. She deserves it. I really loved her at the end of episode 7. Like, I was so geeked for what's to come, and then Luke just throws a saber over his shoulder and just whatever. I don't know who this little guy is. I thought that was Babu Frick, but I just saw Babu on the list. Forrest Whitaker's character from Rogue One. I almost said the character's name. Whatever. I don't remember. These little fucking things were creepy. I'll give him a C. I don't know. The Sarlacc pit. It's cool in concept, I guess. I have no idea who this old man is. Snoke. I want to give Snoke an A because of how cool he was. He's set up to be this leader, right? The rule of two, perhaps, maybe, with the Sith. Episode 70, so badass. Episode 80 gets cut in half. I get the shock value of it. I get why it was pulled off. I just feel like it was done a little too early in the movie. They could have saved it for the latter half. Or maybe even keep him until episode 9, but apparently he was just a failed clone. Who cares? Grand Moff Tarkin. I give him a B for being iconic. I really like these dudes with their big long necks. Is that Rose? That is Rose. Fuck y'all for hating on Rose. Her character did what she could. The only thing I didn't like about Rose was her intercepting Finn's sacrifice and then saying, I love you, because they had no connection. So I'd give her a B for barely almost. I wish you would have had more scenes in episode 9. They really screwed you. This little Jedi here that dies, I think she's also in The Force Unleashed. She was kind of cool. This guy fucking creeps me out. I'm going to give him trash because I don't like the way he looks like he has a vitamin deficiency. One coat of potion. Wasn't that Simon? Whatever. I give him that. Girl from Westworld. I'll give her a C. Vision from Solo. Actually, he did pretty cool. I liked his character, I guess, for what it was. The Wampa. I'd give him an A. Ewoks I didn't like the Ewoks because they only put them in episode 6 to make more toys. They're little teddy bears. How did they defeat the Empire? Who gives a fuck? It's a teddy bear. Grow up. A tier. My guy from Heroes. C tier. Babu Frick. Hey, hey. Babu Frick, insta-lock A tier for me. Right there next to the Ewoks. Argue with your mother. My guy from X-Men Origins Wolverine. C tier. Old Lando. Old Lando's kind of... He was doing his best, but he's still Lando Calrissian, so he gets an S tier. This fucking creepy dude they brought in for little to no reason in episode 9, basically to take over for Hux because they made Hux soft in 8, so they had to make him softer in 9, so they had to bring in a villain. This guy did his best, man. I give him a B. Oh, girl that Poe knew was really cool. She really didn't have a purpose, but I'm gonna give her a B because her armor was dope. This girl that was also in episode 9, that was another stormtrooper that kind of released her connection. She was inspired by Finn. She should have been so much cooler. Finn becoming a Jedi and then teaching these other stormtroopers that were force sensitive to also become Jedi would have been a perfect thing. The hairdryer droid gets an A. I remember her from the movies, but I give her a C. And then the fucking android worm girl also gets a C. There you have it. There's the list so far. Normally I go over each of these, but just to save on time, I'm not going to. I think we have a pretty solid list, and I think it's now time for our Mount Rushmore greatest of all time. So now the question is who is going to be my Mount Rushmore greatest of all time when it comes to Star Wars characters? Listen, it's my list. I could put whoever I want to up here. I really wanted to put Mace Windu, but I'm also thinking about the overarching story. He is the coolest, strongest Jedi, in my opinion. But I do think we have to start things off with C-3PO. So here's what we're going to do. I think the first character we insta-lock is going to be Darth Vader. Just off top. This is Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. It is their story. It is the Skywalker story. He is the first Skywalker in this. And to go from him being this little boy to this teenager, this adult, to going to the dark side and coming back to the light side. He had a full 360 arc. It was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful to see. And obviously he goes on to inspire Kylo Ren. So, Vader, insta-lock at the first one. The second one, you can't have Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader if you don't also have Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hello there. I thought about going with old man Ben, but we're gonna stick with our old pal Ewan McGregor. It just makes more sense to me. Those are our first two. Now, the other one is going to be the main character of the original movies, man. It's Luke Skywalker. You could also say Vader was the main character, but Luke has his journey to become a Jedi. He's just a farm boy living with his aunt and uncle who get turned into overcooked hot dogs. And he goes on this adventure with an old man in a cape. And he meets a scoundrel and a giant puppy dog. And they go on an adventure and they blow up a Death Star. And he becomes a full-blown Jedi. And by the end of 6, he is a Jedi Master. And he goes to open a school. And Luke's story also in 7 and 8. And then in 9. But like, it's Luke Skywalker, man. And who doesn't fucking love Mark Hamill? Mark Hamill is one of the greatest humans ever. And I just feel like that's necessary. The fourth and final slot could go to a bunch of people. I thought about putting Palpatine. Palpatine does make a bunch of sense. He's in every single fucking movie except for 7 and 8. He's in these movies, the main 9 movies. They bring him back in 9 because why the fuck, whatever. He is the main, like, he's the person controlling Vader. He's the one pulling all the strings. It makes sense to put him there, and if you do put him there, I'm not going to fault it against you. I wanted to put Yoda. I thought about Mace Windu. I thought about Han Solo. But there is one person who deserves this slot. The actual backpack of these movies. And without them, they're going to die a bunch of times over. From the first movie to the last movie. Hashtag clutch. If you haven't guessed by now, our last member of our Mount Rushmore greatest of all time is R2 fucking D2. Saves them on a daily basis. R2's out here living his best life. He's a little troll. He makes funny sounds. And he's just a badass. He's just so cool. Him and BB-8 are probably living their best life right now as hashtag besties. And I love everything about it. And that's it for the Star Wars list. Everything is listed here. The Mount Rushmore greatest of all time is Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader, Obi-Wan / Ben Kenobi, and R2-D2. I will have a link for this tier maker in the description box. You're more than welcome to make it your own. And with that in mind, I'm out. So as always, I will have links and everything in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. Check back for gameplays, commentaries, news, and updates. Later, nerds.